pot roast for dinner tonight. When I grew up, Carol Allen, once a week we would have pot roast.
Okay.
And my mom, it wasn't like this.
She
No
cooked
offense,
forever.
Mom.
I love that.
I didn't know juicy meat until I left home because she had to make it, you know, so it filled. We ate what my dad liked, and my dad loved pot roast. I could never make pot roast like this, and guess what? We have French-style cooking, the Sous Vide. There are 6 servings here. There's 6 ounces, and the pot roast are the oversized, large chunks. They melt in your mouth.
Yep.
This is at a sale price, a heat and eat, saving you $8, 4 easy pays at $19.25. So for less than $20, you know this is rib sticking, belly filling, gourmet quality.
Yes.
And this is what you're getting, minus the beautiful vegetables and the mashed potatoes underneath, but you are getting all of that incredible pot roast. The price, as you see there, is going up at the end of the day. And I will tell you this, auto delivery, Carol, everything to me is frightening anymore because the price on so much is going up. So you could hold on to this if you opt, but you have to ask for auto delivery. That way it'll ship every 60 days for 1 year.
So like for me, when I think about it, I think about the days are getting longer and the gift of time. So when you look at our pot roast, we cook this for 16 hours the French way under seal. And if we stay down here, though I do appreciate, what it does is we start with a cut of meat that's called a top lead, and it likes low and slow. And when you do low and slow, what you end up with is that really little bistro that you've been to where it's really tender and you think, why can't I make this? Now you can, because we've done all the heavy lifting for you. 310 calories, 5 carbs, 33 grams of protein.
33 grams of protein.
And ready in 10 minutes from frozen.
Okay, wait. Did you say ready in 10 minutes from frozen? So I don't even need to remember to take it out of the morning.
All I want you to know is, I've had some people that I've read reviews,
okay,
you don't boil. Simmering is when you see the little bubbles. When you see the little bubbles, that's simmering. Don't have a rolling boil.
Okay.
But it's got red wine, cremini mushrooms. Oh, yeah, right? I mean, go ahead. Onion, the delicious beef.
Oh, it's falling apart.
It falls apart. And so it's hand cut. And that's why they're the larger chunks. But then what I always do is I shred it when I make it because I think
so good.
You've never had it, have you? Isn't it delicious? It is.
Oh my gosh, you're giving me goosebumps.
Like for me, it shouldn't be called pot roast. It's almost like, you know, when you think about
it's a disservice to call it pot roast.
Like Julia Child's beef bourguignon. You know, it doesn't have the pearl onions, but what it does have is the depth and depths of flavor from the diced red tomatoes to the red wine, to, of course, this tender meat that's low and slow, cooked under seal the French way. And what it does for you is that little bistro that you've been to on a cold day and you've ordered the special, it brings it home. And I'm sorry, but that's 310 calories and it eats like it's 1,000. You know what I mean?
It eats like it's terribly, wonderfully decadent.
Decadent, yes.
And it is soul-filling. Because I'm sure I'm not the only one whose family once a week or a couple times a month ate that beef roast that there was no way you were cutting through that with a fork. Let me tell you, this fell apart.
And the thing that I like about this is that we've done the portion control. So if you're a 1 or 2 in the household and you know how to cook, but you want to treat yourself to just a day off, but you still want something tasty on the dinner table, this is your go-to. You can do it over the egg noodle like we've shown. You can do it over mashed potato, maybe a cauliflower rice. But we've done the hard part, like the sides for dishes, that's easy. We all have something in our pantry or in, you know, the ice box. But if you were having Sunday dinner, you could serve 6 dinners all at once if you wanted to do that. Do it in the big pot.
And forgive me for calling it gravy.
Isn't it delicious?
But my mom, the thing that I loved best was the gravy part of it.
And put the biscuits in.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is so good. It's not too salty.
No.
What did you describe in it? There's mushrooms and wine?
So it's cremini mushrooms. So what we do is we take top
What's a cremini mushroom?
just a tasty one,
Okay.
more than a white mushroom. It's
Okay.
a baby portobello, if you
Oh,
will.
okay.
But so we sear the meat in a little bit of sea salt and olive oil, and that's key to sealing the flavor. And then we make the sauce, if you will, which has diced tomatoes and of course red wine.
there's some of
It's got
that.
some garlic.
Yeah.
It's got mushroom broth. Did I mention the red wine? I think I did.
Yes.
And what it does is it goes into a little pouch and it goes in a water bath and it cooks for about 16 hours low and slow, which allows that meat to get buttery, if you will.
It is buttery.
So it's not overly salted because we just did a light salting at the beginning when we started to prepare it. And then at home, again, bubbles in your water, not rolling boil.
Okay.
Bubbles in your
How
water.
long?
10 minutes from frozen.
10 minutes.
So easy. So easy.
If you serve this to someone, they would think you were the world's best cook. And there's no way that,
I know, right?
that you did, you were just tending to it for 16 hours. Rachel, come out here and try this.
You know,
This
I think the
honestly
whole thing-
is so good.
Any of these are fine.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
Yes.
Is there a fork?
Oh, yes. Where did I put them? Oh, heck, right up here.
Okay.
Amazing. Thank you. Now, I have had this before. I'm in the
Yes.
kitchen
Oh,
with
have you?
David. It is
Okay.
actually one of David Venable's favorites.
Is it one of his favorites?
And you can see
Yeah.
why. As soon as he mentioned it, he said, wait until you try this on air. And it was amazing.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
I can absolutely understand why it's one of his favorites. It is so creamy, delicious.
Yes.
And you would think that it's double or triple the calories of what it
That's
is.
the crazy thing to me. Like when you think about things that, like, we're all trying to watch our calorie intake and everything. This to me eats like, it's 1,000 calories. And it allows you to have something delicious with the high protein, with the low carbs, and then I saw the sway. You
It
add
is
the mashed
so-
potatoes. It's just delicious.
Does
It's
it
done.
come with this much sauce?
Yes. So the package, let me just show you.
Okay.
I always say this is sort of like looking at the lady without her makeup, but it's going to come to you like this.
Okay.
And then inside are individual pouches which have the sauce. So the meat is seared, and then it goes in with all the ingredients, the diced tomatoes, the red wine, the cremini mushrooms, and then it gets sealed and it cooks slow and slow.
So just simmer, not
That's
boil
all
my
you're doing at
water,
home.
just simmer
great.
the
Because
water.
it's fully cooked. So,
So
you don't want to.
okay.
You don't
We don't
want
wanna
to
overcook
Yeah,
it.
you don't want to kill it. It's already cooked, so
Carol?
yeah.
I know, I'm not going to surprise you when I say this, but there's fewer than 500 remain,
Yeah.
and you have individual servings here. So you're not buying that large.
Right.
I'm not someone who buys large pieces of meat. First of all, I don't find that appealing. And, I don't like leftovers that much. This is fresh every single time you make it. And if you were coming over, or Carol was coming over, I could just take out 3 packages and we would have plenty.
So you do the
Yes.
store-bought mashed potatoes. You cheat. You go ahead. Maybe it's some asparagus, whatever green you're going to have, something frozen. You take your pouch, you drop it into simmering water, and in 10 minutes, dinner's ready. So the only cleanup you have is the pot that had water in
true.
it, and you're not. That's the worst part of cooking. I've always told people, I'll make the food if you clean up, and then they see
Clean
the
up.
tornado that I am, and they're like, well, your food's really tasty, but we don't like cleaning up after you. I don't blame them.
Here's what I need to tell you. They're about $12.83. Now, Carol, if you and I were out to dinner and I ordered the French style pot roast here, how much would this plate cost me? It wouldn't be $12.83. I told you the drive-through yesterday cost me $12, and I just got the combo meal 2A.
Yeah.
So $76.98 is a sale price. How long will they stay in my freezer?
So they'll last in your freezer up to, if you don't use them, they're going to last in your freezer about 15, 16 months. And again, it's really that
15, 16 months, wow.
You had a long work week, or you had a long something, and you think, I just don't feel like making dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Heat up water on at simmering. 10 minutes later, you have a gourmet pot roast, and then you just decide egg noodle, yes, I like mashed
Right.
potato, and a salad, and dinner is served.
And you get to spend the time with your guests.
Yes.
You're not slaving in the kitchen. You're not worrying, oh gosh, I hope it turns out right. Well, that would be me anyway. So now somebody else has done all the hard work. Carol Allen, you are our hero. You always bring such good things. Thank you.
You're welcome. And by the way, I love your haircut.
Oh,
looks
thank you.
fabulous.
Very sweet. All right, Rach, now we need dessert.
We need dessert, but before we do that, we want to give everyone a little look at my shirt, which has been really popular because the lobster is